Hey, 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 hey. Ho, 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 ho. Hey, 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 hey. Ho, 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 ho.
Hey everybody, this is Foxing Around. The story that I'm about to tell you is an actual true story. All events are true as they happened. An incident happened recently with Mellow, the dog that Billy and I take care of now and then for a good friend of ours, Daryl. I just want to tell you the story, what happened, because it's an incredible story of a dog that got abducted and then was returned. But the reason why it was returned was because of the community of Shelter Island. On Saturday, Billy and I were doing a boat delivery down from Newport, and some friends of ours were watching Mellow. And Mellow is a dog that we take care of in the community. There's about 4 or 5 of us that trade her off because we do a lot of traveling, boat delivering, etc. And so a couple was watching it for us while we were gone. That night that we came back from the trip, our friends were having a birthday party at a local restaurant here called Fiddler's Green on Shelter Island. And they had taken Mellow and they took her leash and they tied her on the balcony on the railing there, which they do all the time. You know, it's a local, very local restaurant, so everybody knows everybody. Everyone knows Mellow. And there happened to be a gentleman there that I'm not even going to call him a gentleman. I'm not going to call him a gentleman at all, because he decided that he thought Mellow was being abused. So he had asked the business owner. He felt that the dog was being abused and wanted to know who the owners were, and walked in and asked the owner, one of the owners, if he could take her for a walk because it looked like she needed to pee. And it was, I have to say, it might have been, poor judgment, but the only reason why she decided yes was because her friend vouched for this gentleman that he was a good guy. So the guy ends up taking Mellow for a walk around the block. She said, only do a quick lap around the block, that's it, and bring her back, which he did. Sat down, ordered another drink, and then at 9:00 p.m. he disappeared with the dog, Mellow. Devastating. So we get a call the next morning, about 7:30 in the morning, by one of the other owners, and says Mellow's been abducted. Well, it just broke our heart. But what I have to say about that is the community, like once everybody found out, and this is the good thing about social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you call it, we've quickly got it out on that social media. I went out and made a flyer about Mellow being abducted. I don't know if you can see this, but abducted sweet pit bull named Mellow. Female gray nose with white neck and chest, white feet and white tip on tail, striking yellow eyes, 45 pounds and 8 years old. Last seen July 1st at 9 p.m. on balcony of Fiddler's Green Restaurant on Shelter Island, San Diego. Please return dog, or if there is any information on her whereabouts, please contact Fiddler's Green. Phone number, reward, dog requires medical needs. Well, we put that in because we require, the medical need is what, babe?
For us.
For us.
Yeah,
that's
she's a really cool dog.
Plus it gets people's attention. Last seen with an older man, description short, this is all we had to go with by the time at the time. Description short, portly, and wearing a red shirt, drinking on balcony of Fiddler's Green.
Yeah, and we found out a lot more. Then
we ended up getting, you wouldn't believe the outpouring of the community, what was happening. So we started getting a description of the guy, and he had supposedly a white van, and none of this has been really substantiated yet. So the pictures started flying in, the van. Billy and I got in a car with
we started tracking down,
well, everybody did,
all these leads.
We got in a car with a couple other friends, and we hit the pavement. We went to all the dog parks. We took the flyers, hung them everywhere, asked people. Everyone knows Mellow, and everyone loves Mellow. This is a very well-known dog on the island, and the guy picked the wrong dog to take, let me tell you, because people were very angry and pissed. And it wasn't going to be long before we were going to find out who he was. He was wearing, what was the name of the organization?
Oh, an American Wounded Warrior.
He was wearing the Wounded Warrior's insignia on his shirt.
On his shirt.
So that was the biggest track down that we had for that. We really pinpointed to who we knew the person was. We didn't really know his name, but we had a facial recognition. enough people in the community started noticing and paying attention, and I think he got wind of it. So I'm going to show you.
This is the great part of the story.
This is the good part of the story. I'm going to show you. And News 10 came out and did an interview on Maja, the woman who is one of the caretakers for Mellow. So that'll be on tonight at 6 p.m. on Channel 10. Micheal Chen. You know, Mellow was abducted, and for some odd reason we got a couple of good leads, and we might even have a profile picture, an accurate profile picture, and a description of the van and witnesses. So we have an address. Luckily, I don't want to actually talk about wounded warriors or implicate that, but
but he had a shirt on.
But he might be at an event that he was wearing a t-shirt that said something about an organization that he's involved in. So there's an event going over very close by, so we're all going to go check out, see if we can find the van, and see if we can identify the profile.
The perpetrator.
The abductor. The dog abductor.
Dog abductor? She was dog napped.
We're gonna sick you on him because I think you're like fired up here.
I am. It's just.
Well, they picked the wrong dog.
Yeah.
To abduct.
Seriously, everybody knows. Everyone knows Mellow.
And everyone loves Mellow, so everyone's getting involved here.
Very loose possibility. We're not positive of it, but
we just want to follow.
We just want to follow.
Yeah,
the leads
it's just a lead.
We're not accusing anybody at this point, but it's just a partial lead.
So then, what happened next? We woke up this morning, and Maja called us and told us that Mellow was going to be interviewed. She and Mellow were going to be interviewed on Channel 10, and to be at Fiddler's Green at a certain time. So we were the first to be there, Billy and I, and unfortunately my GoPro choked and I didn't get it all on footage, but we rode the elevator, which is only 2 levels because the balcony is on the 2nd level of the restaurant, and the doors opened up and nobody was there, but Mellow was tied back to the balcony where she had originally been abducted. So the man got freaked out, and he knew he picked the wrong dog to abduct, and I think he's going to be in a world of shit because now people recognize his face, who he is, and he is a dog napper. And I'm just so thrilled, and there's going to be footage that I'm going to be showing you in and out of us trying to go out and looking for her, the news interview, and I'm just so happy. We were all so freaked out. I lost weight, lost sleep, and everybody was just devastated. And the owner is still on his way. He was delivering a boat down from Cabo to here to San Diego, and when it happened he was off of Cedros and he was unreachable. And he did find out, because it was so much on social media, that someone texted him that if he needed any help. So he called this morning and he was like, is there something I should know? Is there bad news that I should know? But then a half an hour later we were able to call him back to let him know that Mellow had been returned. So thank you to all the community. We all just busted ass, but it worked, man, it worked. So I'm so glad to have her back.
Back to which day did this happen? Friday? Afternoon or night?
Night. Okay. It was still light afternoon. It was more late afternoon.
Dan Nuts even happy. Dan worked his ass off yesterday, biking all over Shelter Island. Handing out flyers, as we all were.
And we were supposed to show up to do the story. The dog discovered right here, tied up, just as she was.